Rick came out to see me, Pacific Northwest guy, an avid golf nut. Loved working with Rick. Rick, thanks so much for coming to see me. I enjoyed my time with you. It's a pleasure that you came out to take a lesson. And I apologize that my video equipment was on the fritz that day. What happened, people, was that he came out, we did a session, and the DVD did not burn properly. So, Rick, for you, okay, some of the stuff we worked on for you, your right index finger, you like to have it down the shaft. Well, I'm not a fan of that, so I'm asking you to get that right finger underneath the shaft and that right thumb off to the left. I just think it allows for this motion, this hinging and unhinging, to happen a little more effectively. Now, let's use a prop. I've got a pillow here. What I wanted you to do, your backswing, we really didn't have much of a hinge, okay? Now, in your swing, Rick, I want you... What's that? Oh yeah, you put a ball in there for me. Thank you, Sammy. So in your backswing, you had a motion that really didn't let this left forearm, or left back, left hand, turn onto the plane. Well, if we take this pretty simply, we can just take our arms, bend them at both elbows. Now, the golfing nation out there watching this, or you YouTube folks, now I wouldn't tell this to every person, but in Rick's case, he's got some serious physical limitations with a lot of arthritis. He hits the ball okay, but he just doesn't get enough ball speed on there. 1 second, sweetheart. So he's hinging his hands, hinging his elbows, and Rick, what I want you to do, you guys have seen this before, take the club from an address position, hinge it at the elbows towards your right shoulder, and then Rick, all I want you to do is turn. Alright, now you're going to be in a much more effective backswing position in order to create some speed and let this bent condition seek an inline condition, and that bending to inline is where we get our speed, okay? Anything we bend that has a chance to go in line has an opportunity to have some speed. So, Rick, in your case, your backswing was a motion that really didn't create any angles. When it doesn't create angles, we don't have the opportunity to let things straighten out to create speed. And what I want you to do is, if you have a pillow or an impact bag, and you probably have one of everything, I'm guessing, is go ahead and start off as basic as this. Hinge and hit. Hinge and hit with the club right in front of you. Then make the drill a little bit more interesting. Turn down the target line and then go ahead and lift it up here. Hinge and hit down. And this club is landing well inside my plane line. And then what we're going to do is we're going to let this downward motion unwind a little bit. So this downward motion is going to get delivered to the golf ball with turn. So Rick, to finalize what we worked on, we worked on a few things, and I know you know a lot of terms about TGM. You've had a lot of great lessons from a lot of the better-known coaches around the U.S. We just have to create some speed with you, some impact alignments that help generate some speed. And in your backswing, we really didn't create any angles. Now, through the evolution of the lesson, we realized that you could do this motion pretty well, okay? So even with your arthritic condition, you're able to do this upward motion. Well, if we can turn that motion, which you can do, and then we can sequence the uncock or the unhinging of these elbows, add in that pivot, now that brings in a lot of speed, okay? So do some work with your impact bag, or a pillow for that matter, and let's work those angles up in front of us, add in the turn, uncock, and finish. So that's going to help you a lot.